The siren screamed before I even managed to pull the keys out of my ignition. Blue and red lights sliced through the twilight, bouncing off the lake and flooding the porch of my own cabin like I was a felon making a run for it, not a homeowner coming back after a long trip. 2 sheriff's deputies stood waiting, hands hovering near their belts. One of them already clocking me as I stepped out. And there in the driveway, arms folded, lips pinched tighter than a drum, was Karen, the HOA president. If you've never had an HOA president glare at you like a mob boss about to make an example, let me tell you it's a special kind of chill. She pointed straight at me and bellowed, "That's him! That's the squatter I told you about!" My jaw just about hit the steering wheel. "Squatter!" I blurted out, looking at her, then at my cabin, the same one I'd poured every weekend and every spare dollar into for years. Here's the kicker: I'd only been gone for a couple of months helping my daughter in Florida with her newborn. I come back and apparently I'm a criminal in my own home. The deputies stepped closer, one of them with that slow, careful voice. "Sir, can you provide some ID?" I reach for my wallet and Karen screeches. He's reaching for a weapon and suddenly I've got 2 guns pointed at me right there in the driveway. I paved myself. That's when it hit me. Karen isn't just bossy. She's dangerous. Let me back up a sec so you can understand how the heck I got into this mess. My name's Mark Donnelly. I'm 58, a widower, and a retired shop teacher. I moved to Pinewell for the quiet, found this rundown cabin, and saw the bones underneath the mess. Bought it cheap. Spent every weekend for 2 years rebuilding it. But Pinewell has an HOA, and Karen Matthews is the queen bee. The first week, clipboard in hand, she let me know about mailbox color, shutter type, fence height, you name it. She ran the place like a drill sergeant in pearls. But I tried to keep it friendly, you know. My late wife used to say, "Kill him with kindness, Mark. It won't fix him, but it'll give you peace." So I waved. I helped her shovel her walk in winter, even fixed her garden hose once. When her grown son ghosted her, she almost smiled at me. But people like Karen, if you don't bow, you're the enemy. Fast forward to spring, my daughter had a baby, so I locked up, told Karen I'd be gone, even asked her to keep an eye on the place. She smiled that tight smile. Would hate to see anything happen to it. When I got back, my gate had a keypad lock. I'd never seen curtains in the windows, 2 cars in the drive, one with a Bachelorette Bash sticker. I checked my phone connected to Wi-Fi in my car, and sure enough, my cabin, my bedroom, my dining table, all on a short-term rental site hosted by Karen. I barely had time to catch my breath before she came stomping over, phone in hand, telling me I had no right to be there, that it was her house now that I abandoned it, that she cleaned it, even changed the sheets. I said, "Karen, you're trespassing." And she shot back, "I'm protecting neighborhood property values." Next thing I know, she's calling the police, and now I'm the bad guy in my own driveway. Back in the present, I'm standing there, hands up, the deputies ready to draw, when a black SUV pulls up. Out steps a couple in matching Lake Life Crew 2024 shirts. "Is this our rental?" they ask, smiling like they'd just hit the vacation jackpot. Karen's face goes white. They show the deputies their confirmation, 3 nights rustic waterside getaway hosted by Karen. That's when the truth spills out, messier than a dropped can of paint. I step forward, finally finding my voice. That's my cabin. The guests go from cheerful to confused to downright uncomfortable as the deputy starts grilling Karen for paperwork. Karen tries to play it off as a misunderstanding, but the evidence is right there on the woman's phone. And here's where it gets wild. Karen insists she was just protecting the neighborhood, that I left it empty, and she took care of it. The deputies confirm my ID matches the property title and tell Karen she needs to speak to a detective. She just turns and walks off head high like she's still in charge. That night I walked inside and my whole world felt off. New curtains, a strange candle on the table, even a framed photo of some random family sitting on my porch. My home was a stranger's Airbnb. I found pizza receipts. I'd never ordered a gold earring under the guest bed reviews online from people who'd stayed while I was gone or in the hospital. Karen didn't just break in, she'd made a side hustle out of my home. Next morning, it gets even crazier. A violation email from Karen. Unauthorized use of property. She's fining me for disruptive guests she brought in. I realized she wasn't just after my cabin. She wanted me gone, erased from the neighborhood. I didn't sleep that night. Not really. By sunrise, I decided I was done playing nice. I called the sheriff, filed a formal complaint, called my old student, now my lawyer Jackson Tully, and handed over everything. She's looking at fraud, trespassing, maybe grand theft, Jackson said, flipping through the evidence. He came by in person, took one look at the house, and told me it was winnable. But Karen wasn't done. The next day, 2 guys in orange vests showed up to install an HOA surveillance camera at the end of my driveway. Visual conformity issues, they said. Karen watched from behind her curtain, grinning. I posted in the Pinewell online group asking if anyone else had noticed Karen's rental activities. Turns out other neighbors had stayed in my cabin thinking it was her uncle's. Messages and screenshots flooded in. We started building the lawsuit. Then a soft knock at my door. My neighbor Donna, 70-something, quiet as a church mouse, wide straw hat, always walking her poodle. "I know what she did," she whispered. Donna had heard Karen brag about keeping the lakefront standard high by staging homes for rent. Would Donna testify? She hesitated, but agreed. That night I found a rock on my porch with a note. "Don't test me. You'll regret it." Karen was done being subtle. She wanted me scared. But instead I started documenting everything camera on the porch, photos of every weird item, every note, every earring, every pizza receipt. Then came the HOA hearing. I walked in with Jackson and Donna. Karen presided like royalty, listing fines, nonconformity, harassment. But we handed out proof, screenshots, guest reviews, payment records, the whole shebang. Donna stood up and said she'd seen Karen enter my house, that Karen told her what they don't know helps them more than it hurts. Karen laughed it off. But Jackson pushed back, threatening a civil suit, not just against her, but the whole HOA. The board adjourned the meeting, no decision. But 3 days later, I came home to find my front door open, every photo of my wife gone, her wedding shawl missing, but nothing valuable taken. This was personal. The cops took my report, but with no witnesses or video, not much they could do. Next morning, a dead fish in my mailbox, wrapped in my own towel. Karen walked by, smiled, didn't say a word. Deputy Ellis advised a camera system and to keep records. That night, Donna gave me a notebook, Karen's old community issues log. Inside notes about every resident who traveled, every house left empty, every justification for temporary rental. Karen had done this before, targeted other quiet residents. I posted screenshots on the Pinewell forum. People started speaking up. A former HOA board member, Matt, reached out. He gave me a thumb drive full of recordings, one where Karen said, "Ownership is fluid when there's no one around to claim it. Maybe earn some revenue while we're at it." Jackson called it the smoking gun. We filed suit, fraud, theft, harassment, emotional damage. Posted a 40-second clip online. Neighbors rallied behind me. Karen snapped, pounded on my door, threatened me, but Donna filmed her threats. This time the cops came for her. As they drove her away, she stared at me, cold, defiant, as if to say, "This isn't over." And she was right. Next morning, I found a note under my door. "You missed the deed." Turned out Karen had forged a temporary property management authorization, slipped into my files, claiming she could manage my cabin while I was away, signed and witnessed by a now resigned board member. She was planning to take everything. I uploaded the evidence, photos of the forged deed, handwriting comparisons to the community group. The HOA suspended Karen and the police opened a full criminal investigation. But more than that, the silence was broken. That weekend, I hosted a barbecue at my cabin. 40 neighbors showed up. People laughed, told stories, even the shy ones found their voice. For the first time in years, Pinewell felt like a neighborhood again. Just before dark, I spotted Karen walking fast along the road, head down, hoodie up, little white dog at her side. She didn't look at me. She just went inside her own house. She's not the queen anymore. She's just another neighbor, and I'm finally home for good. So you tell me, was I right to fight back, or did I go too far? Is it justice or just another mess in a community full of them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's hear how you'd handle a neighbor like that. Because one thing's for sure, if you let silence rule, folks like Karen never stop.